Well, good morning, folks. Papa Joe here. Making post number 2 for today, or video number 2 for the day. I have engaged in a conversation with, I guess it's a gentleman. What was his name, or what was their name? It's a truck driver that, well, the name is Hollow Point. So I don't know if that's male or female. But I engaged in a conversation with Hollow Point. They, I don't know how long they've been on my YouTube channel. Well, I'll turn that heat down just a little bit back there for long. He saw my post about getting violated yesterday, and we have engaged in some conversation through comments, and he's concerned about his company going there. I don't remember exacts, because this was last year's information. Over a year ago, all this stuff was being ironed out in DC. If you're under a certain amount of trucks, your company, and I really don't remember what that number was, you could get out of single digits, but not by a whole lot. Somebody put in a post, please. One of you drivers that remember, my sometimers. But a certain amount of trucks, and you did not have to go with Elogs. Trucks that were 1999 or older, you didn't have to have Elogs, because they didn't have the computerized stuff up front for it, you know. That kind of thing. Now, my understanding, Swift, you're leaving yourself in a hell of a bind there, buddy. There ain't no need me helping him. He's got the truck right there beside the passenger side of his truck, his tractor, so he can see what he's doing. But if you have over that certain amount of trucks and you still have some of the older ones, they do tell you that you have to go to other means of electronic logs. So it's a fine line. Now, this old boy talking about his boss got like 11 trucks. Most of them were 99 to 2001 type deal. My understanding is he don't have to have, the company does not have to have the E-logs on board. However, ain't no company going to take the word of me, which is good. With Swift, at least you're bagging it beside another Swift, so you'll hit one of your own company trailers. Another one of them wannabe owner-operator, been out of here for 6 months, and now he's got his own truck. He's a professional. And yes, I do poke fun of, and I don't care what name's on the side of the door. If you've been out here 6 months and you're getting into a lease program so that you can be a owner-operator, you're a damn fool. Period. You don't even know what the hell you're doing yet. You don't even know all of your job. But you're going to take a lease truck and claim, I'm an owner-operator. I got my own business, look at me go. No, you're a damn fool. But, you know, we know that I hold my opinions back anyway. And I probably just lost some viewers too. Oh well, if you can't handle the truth, don't talk to Papa Joe. So I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. No sugar added here, folks. The E-logs can be a good thing. I've said before that I wanted to slow down and running the paper logs And we did have a phone log. It was just an app that the company had made us download. And that was just so they didn't have to deal with paper. We could do this off this app and send it into him. And he could do it all on his computer. It just took care of a bunch of paper. With the paper logs and those kind of logs, I could still manipulate them big time. And I would. Just out of habit, I would. And it got plumb crazy. I got so damn tired. I'm wanting to quit. Yet I keep manipulating this stuff. And it's like, really? What are you doing, you damn dummy? Old school habits, and they're hard to break. Well, once I got on a real electronic log, those habits started getting broke quick. They did help me to slow down. I would not run my 11 hours for the day and then stop and back stuff up and change stuff up, and now I still have 3 or 4 hours I can run. You can't do that with them electronic logs. So they do help you to slow down. Many times I stopped for my 10-hour break and I would sleep my 7 hours and I would wake up and it's like, I'm wide awake. All of a sudden that 7-hour break became a 10-hour break and I'm gone. You can't do that on that electronic log. So it does help you to slow down. It has its own way of saving you time. If you're already running legal on paper, that thing will save you some time. Now, if you're doing like I was just describing and backing up, it ain't gonna save you no time. But if you're running legal and you're showing your 15-minute for your pre-trip, you're showing your 15 minutes for fueling, you're showing your 15 minutes for dock duty, and all this stuff, in the course of a day, you can easily add up an hour. I know. It's a big controversy on if you actually have to show any of that, and blah, blah, blah. And we can just log it. We can just flag it, rather. Whatever. You damn sure don't have to do 15 minutes for any or all of those previously mentioned. Our company asks us that we go on duty and show fueling, jump out, punch in all your information on the truck, on the pump, start your fuel pumping, then get in and go off duty. And that usually gives you 3 or 4 minutes. A lot of times I don't even do that. I barely give it a minute. I mean, if we're going to play this game, let's play it right. Why, if I can cut out 10 or 11 minutes, why don't I cut out 13 or 14? You know, a flag's a flag. On our pre-trip, they like us to show around 4 minutes. And I'll show 2 or 3, maybe 4 every once in a while. Your dock duties for picking up or delivering, you ain't got to do a damn thing. They don't even ask that you flag it or nothing. I'm like, really? So I don't. I mean, when I first started running it and they're telling me all this stuff, I'm like, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do it right. I know I have to. Well, it didn't take me very long, and that's why I piss on it. I'm not going to do that. So if you're not already running Elogs, you might want to find out exactly what your company wants. Remember, that's the bottom line, is what your company wants. You need to do it for their satisfaction If they're teaching you to do it wrong, then that's between them and the DOT when they come in to audit. That ain't your issue. So as long as you're doing it the way they've told you to do it, you're good. They keep close track of your hours. If you're watching it, you really shouldn't run out of your 70 hours. It should be all over it. The hardest thing on me is running paper log. I could look back at my recap and I would know what hours I'm going to recoup. On the logs, E-logs that we run, that's a pain in the butt. And I've tried it a couple times, making it show the hours and blah, blah, blah. And each time I've screwed it up. Not to a point where it got me any violations, but I couldn't plot and plan. So I'd wind up having to call the office and talk to the safety guy and have him look it up on his computer and okay, well, you start recouping and give me some numbers. And they're not 100% there either. So I just start figuring out way in advance what I can do. I mean, like today, I didn't have to get here last night and get my 34. I did need DEF, is why I went ahead and pushed it on up here. And because where I stopped at that scale and it messed up my electronic log, there was a fuel stop there. But we're only allowed to fuel at Love's, and it wasn't a Love's. And it's like, what kind of horse crap is this? I would have had turned around and backed up several miles and went through both scales again, because now I would have had to gone through the eastbound scales that was open and gone a few miles down the road to that Love's, which was packed out. Then whenever I decided to leave again and come on up here to deliver, which should be tomorrow, I would have had over 100 miles to go. Plus I would have had to just gone through this westbound scale that just jacked me up first time. So I did my best to make it up here, and I almost did it. Unfortunately, running the roads that I was running, 451. It was 51. I want to write that down too before I forget it. We have to put down some highways on our mileages. So if I'm running some back roads, I will, let's see, this is Colorado, I did 451. I will make myself notes so that when I go doing my paperwork, which I need to get some of mine started, that I'm not scratching my head trying to remember 2 days later. Where was I? What highway was that? But anyway, I made the election, the choice to just to come on up here. And I knew way in advance that I was going to be in violation. So that was a conscious decision that I made. And back in the paper log days, that 20 minutes would have disappeared quick. And I'm quite certain that I'm not getting a safety bonus. I've never been one to drive for bonuses. It's been my experience in 25 years out here that unless you're just a little company puppet, they're all set up for you not to get them. They want to try to entice you and get you to save them money. And it really don't make you any money. And right now with some of them situations right here with this company, I'm very disgruntled. I'm not as happy as I once was. A year ago when I signed on, I thought I'd retire with this company. Now I know I won't. Now my time is very limited. I was riding it out until after the first of the year, and now I have to make some decisions on what I want to do. So, and it ain't got nothing to do with that electronic log. It really don't. It really don't have nothing to do with this automatic. I kind of like the automatics. The one in this Peterbilt sucks. Trying to back into this spot a while ago, I just changed spots and got into a legal spot. They're a pain in the butt to back up simply because they don't want to go. It's like they're, oh no, we're backing up. We need to really go real slow, and then it'll stop. And are you sure you want to back up? And I'm like, back the hell up. You're mashing the gas and it ain't going. But that's the Peterbilt. The Volvo didn't do that. And even with that, I still like the automatic. It's easier on my knees. My knees have been blown out for a while. The Elogs ain't that bad if you want to run legal. They're really not. They'll cost you a little bit of time. They will cost you a little bit of money. One thing I will give you a little heads up about, if your trucks are not CAS rated and you're driving a large car with all the stuff that they put in these to get the electronic logs working, if it's attached to the ECM and all that, it's going to show how fast you're driving. Because whenever you stop, it shows where you're at. Somewhere. It might not on yours, but on the main computer, it shows. Because too many times I've already talked to our safety guy, and I tell him, well, about 2 o'clock yesterday. He says, you mean at such and such? Yeah, I guess so. You won't even remember the town because it doesn't matter. But it will definitely be there. It will show the times. And with that, time and location, it ain't hard to figure out the mileage. So when they figure out the mileage, it ain't hard to figure out the speed. So be very careful. Although your company might not be telling you any of this, you still have to worry about that audit. DOT comes in there and audits that company and starts going through that stuff. They can write you a speeding ticket. You can be wrote violations. It's been like that forever. Even off the old paper log, DOT could come in and write you violations. Write the company violations and the driver. And quite often it was both of them getting a write-up for a violation for the same thing. So just use a little bit of caution there, a little common sense. So, hey, I just, like I said, Hollow Point had some questions and concerns and whatnot, and I told them that I thought there was a video about it. I'm not sure, but I figured what the heck, I would do another one and just do a little bit more in depth, and there you go. This is it. Remember, God loves you, so do I. The DOT, yeah, that's questionable there now. Y'all have a blessed day.